Yeah, the spiritual practice of self-love is critical. It is. I know that from my own recovery. Um, Radiation, what it feels like when you're in the company of another radiation being, another spiritual being, another form of life. So when you're experiencing love in you, then you're experiencing the love in others. When you're experiencing love in others, then you're experiencing love in you. That's what one is. That means that there's not a life form. All the life forms are not doing any harm to each other because they're all experiencing what love is. That's what I experience being when I am in spirit. So when you walk into a room, it doesn't even, it's like no time. You already know they're running low power radiation. Okay, so I know something about balance between when we use the words English called feminine and masculine. I'm one. It's called equal sharing, which is equidistant from the center point of a two vacuum. That means your magnetic side pulls a vacuum, a source, and now you're giving away all your energy forever because you don't hold on to one electron. That's the most powerful radiation there is. That's an eternal sun. That's an eternal state of spiritual being. You're in love with who you are. Well, wow. That's what the law is. That's the first law of harmonics, of radiation. It's giving it all away. So now you don't experience any radiation. So there isn't any sound. There's only what love is. So when you know that at 4 years of age, okay, it's scanning the field at Godseed, which is Godspeed. We know what's going on, all right. So you already know what fell because you feel it. I experience what you experience. And I know that you're not experiencing what I am because I'm experiencing pure, eternal, absolute love. That's a pure heart. That's a gold heart. That's where the gold heart comes from. That's what they do. They steal what it is that we are and then give them names, but they don't mean what they say. So that's it called a translation, a frequency translation. Encryption, mathematical encryption. What are they really saying? I already know. Because the one that is letting us know is the eternal sun, the eternal state of being. The spirit knows, the soul knows, the eternal sun knows us all, because we all have a permanent record. So that's an access key to the cosmic records. And that's record keeping management services of radiation mathematics. Creation. See, when you already know as 4 years of age, love creates the universe, the first universe, the unici, the point of all meeting, the point of it all. What is the point of all creation? To fall in love with itself. So now you're in love with your own mirror, which is all life that is in the mirror. Now you're a powerhouse. Now you're the central power unit, the core power unit that is gifting itself forever. It does not want to hold on to one unit of energy. I'm giving it all to you. Make sure you got plenty of power. I don't need any power because there isn't any sound. And that is an eternal gift. And that is an eternal blessing to acknowledge that because I feel that. So I do know from experience there are different levels of empathy. And that is your sensing capacity. And when you're sensing at the silver and gold level, you're the most sensitive being. Because that's the core. That's eternal spirit. That's God's source energy flowing through your heart. Now you know the one. That means you know your true identity. You know you're a divine born spirit. So you know where your home is. Your home is where your heart is, which is what love is. So when I was a little boy, I remembered, okay, when we think of battle armor and all that, my heart. My heart is my sword, but it's not a sword. I'm a healer. That's where love is. So you know that love is equally being shared. by the first unit that is sharing and giving all of its power away. So you have all the power. And that's the power to create. And you're on fire to create, because you're on fire to learn. And they are synonymous. I remember being a little tyke and being on fire to learn, on fire to play music, and dancing to the beat of my own drum. So I came in as a drummer. So I danced with the flame with all the stars. They're on fire. Giving all of its power away. The power plants. The big power plants of the cosmos. So you know you're in love with energy. The energy that we are, which is what love is. And that's eternal radiation. So that's an eternal gift to experience that. And so when I experience that in me, other life forms that are in my presence experience that in me. Now they know what I am. I'm not there to harm them. I'm there to love them because I love me. Wow, now they know who I am. That's right. Now they're experiencing source light, source love. I'm a love energy being. That's what I said to other children when I was growing up. What are you? I am a love energy being. I'm a spirit. And the spirit that I am is what love is. What are you? But I already know. But I keep the higher octave side of laughter and just chuckle inside me, you know, because you know that you're walking around as an eternal blessing. And so that becomes a primary healing, primary unit. Right, the primal sound of light field. So it's like a survey of a battlefield environment. So God is letting you know what happened. So that God lives in my heart, and they call that God self. It's just a feeling. It's the most powerful feeling to have. There is no greater power than that. It's to give all your power away. You realize you're a slave to the universe. All life forms, just give it away. I want to serve every life form there is forever and always. Make sure that everything that they are is everything that I am, which is what love is. And that is a simple translation in English. So that's why I'm so sensitive. Any change that takes place like 15 minutes ago, sneezing all over the place, right? And then my right nut begins, okay, the radiation went up. Okay, so what date is today? Well, number 13. Okay, so 13 star firelight cycle. So I can feel the voltage. I feel everything. You know, I had a significant like pulsing pain in my right side. It's subsided somewhat. And so those are voltage changes. And so the radiation is changing. The signature, what I call a signature. Wow, we pick up everything. All it took was I smelled it. And that's a change. And so I experienced a change. And it doesn't take any time at all. So managing your energy management. Energy management, love energy management, knows how to manage energy through music. The rhythm, harmony, and balance of the waves. So they're equal unto each all, creation. And so that means that's zero mass, no weight. Hey, I'm as light as light can be. And that is a spiritual pathway to experience being one with the source from which it all happens. The energy of the mind. What does the energy of the mind do with its energy? Okay, so when you're experiencing love energy, you're in the creative mode. Now you're on fire to create. And that's music. That's radio music. That's radiation music. So now we're experiencing balance wherever we go. So wherever we go, we're bringing in balance. So if there's something that's not balanced, we are balanced, then they're balanced because they're going to experience the balance in you. And that will calm them down. Hey, everything's going to be just fine. I am what love is. And when they touch your hand, if they've been through severe trauma, whether it's physical trauma like major loss of blood or any kind of trauma, okay, where the energy, the radiation is changed, where you're losing power You're losing electrical power, right? And it's like a leakage, and your ability to restore your power, 100% of it, when you're on a battlefield, an energy battlefield, the mind's energy, formations of energy. I experience what you experience. And you're not experiencing what I'm experiencing. I'm experiencing what I'm experiencing, which is what I'm aware of, which is what love is. So you already know because of the speed at which you already know. They're not experiencing what I am. I'm experiencing what I am. And that acknowledgement is an eternal blessing, because that's what eternal love is. It doesn't require a charge. That's why throughout my entire life, any electrons that I give you, it's a gift. And if you want to translate it through money, it means I'm trying to put it back into circulation as fast as I can in order to raise the heat, fuel, and oxygen transport levels of oxygen to 21%. Wow, well, we just cleared our lung field. The living planetary breathing organism has cleared its lung field. Yeah, precisely correct. And that's high precision timing, a balance, running a temperature gauge of a real vacuum. So you run a voltmeter, and you're balanced between the girl and the boy are one. It's, in other words, you live through your heart, not what you look like, because your heart is energy. Now we're back to love energy. The energy that I am is love. Love is. I'm experiencing what you're experiencing, which is what love is. The energy that we are is in love with each other. Wow, you and I are one. So you don't notice a difference. You're both eternity. Now you're both experiencing God's source. So it's not about gender. It's about energy. The energy of the mind. What does the mind do with its energy? It's giving off its power away. That's simple. That's a simple translation in every language. It doesn't want my energy. It's giving all of its energy away. The electron donors. Giving it away as fast as you can. I don't want to hold on to any voltage. So you don't. You've reached a state of spiritual being where you don't hold anything captive. Let that energy go. Let that water flow. Let the living eternal energies of water flow. So there's no blockages. There's no dams. Wow. That's called cleanup. That's a cleanup job. Clearing your lungs so you're breathing crystal clear sounds. Wow, I love this energy. I'm a walking temple. I'm a walking healing temple. You're bringing a healing temple in wherever you are, which is what love is. Because that's what heals us all equally. So it's learning to love yourself again, yourselves, the inner you, the real you, the inner breath. Every time you breathe, wow, I'm breathing what I am, which is what love is. And that is learning how to self-heal. So I know how to do that. It's knowing how to light yourself on fire. I lit myself on fire. So we all know what that is. I lit myself on fire. I had a full phosphorus ignition. I thought the top of my skull was just going to blow off. See ya. Nope. Wow. I just experienced another integrated circuit, another circle of light, another circle of pure, eternal, absolute love. Okay, now where are we going? Came over here. So I never questioned where I'm supposed to be. Where I'm supposed to be is exactly where I'm supposed to be, because I never left home. Base point. Home base, where that flame is always burning. The inner flame of innocence. And innocence is purity, which is pure love. So you're not doing anybody any harm. So that means that unit of energy doesn't have any reason to harm you, because it's experiencing what you are, which is what love is. So that unit's being healed. So the more units of energy that are self-aware that are being healed, what happens? Hey, now we have a universe that is in love with itself. Now when I look in the mirror, I love what I am in energy. So it's not what I look like, it's what I am in energy. The energy of the mind, consciousness. What are you feeling? How deep does it go? right to the very core, the core of the first unit. The first unit of energy, the eternal unit of energy is what love is. So you know that it doesn't work backwards in time. Love has always been. Love is what's real. That's how you know what's real, what's not real. Is experiencing what love is in your own heart. Your state of energy, the energy that you are, the energy of the mind, the energy that you're experiencing, being what you are, whatever you are. You could look like anything. Okay, you already know that as a musical artist. The landscapes, just like going driving up to Glacier National Park. I didn't get a chance to see that whole park. I was dealing with a lot of major voltage issues. Okay, and being able to balance it out, and how long it took to do that. And that's what it is energy management to maintain balance. So that's what I do, is maintain the balance. And they call that androgynous. It's just balance. It's a scale. Remember, I did a video on Rose Sweet. I carry a measuring stick in our back pocket everywhere we go. And that's a scanner. That's an eternal scanner. That's an eternal sun scanning. Everything is, you're scanning the terrain, the form and flow of energy. I'm experiencing the form and flow of energy. So that form and flow is crystal form and flow is crystal clear. Wow. I'm experiencing what you're experiencing, what love is. It's easy to translate. It means I'm giving all my energy away. I'm just giving it all away as fast as I can. I'm not supposed to need to use another electrical power plant to power me. No, I'm the eternal power plant, giving you all my energy, which is what love is. So that's how you know at 4 years of age, something is wrong with this picture. And so that's a measurement, like a Geiger counter. Okay, we have a thief around here. Somebody's stealing electrical power. So if you represent the eternal power plant, you are naturally going to raise the fire. The intensity of the fire, which is pure healing energy. Pure love energy is here. And that's a pure heart. Your mind's energy is pure. And that's when I heard the innocence of awareness, that's exactly what it is. Your energy is innocent because you're not using the energy that you are to harm another sentient life form, any life form. Because now you're experiencing the harm as part of your record, the harm that you did to another being, another life form. No matter where you are, you're using your energy to harm energy, another unit of energy that is self-aware. So the harm I do to you is the harm I do to myself. Why would I do that? I wouldn't. That's how you know one from the other. The two harm others. And that's not what love is. So that's a break in cosmic law. So you know why you're here. I got to fix a problem. You're not experiencing the truth because absolute, pure, eternal, absolute love is always living in the truth. So you're not afraid to express what you are, which is what love is. So you know that if you're in any place and you become aware that there are people who don't want you to do that. What? You tell me, how am I ever going to get to know you if you pretend to be something that you're not? What are you in energy? I already know. You don't need to tell me. That's how fast, that's God's seed, know me seed speed, to know the truth. So the eternal source of all truth is letting me know. Because the eternal source of all truth is the eternal core that knows us all, knows every record. The permanent records. You can't lie about the permanent records. Sorry, that doesn't work. Remember chapter 5, Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous? Remember the director of the play? The inverse square root? of 2 and the square root is in the waves that are inversely proportional to each other of equal sharing, equidistance. Give it all away. So I experience no mass, which is no sound. Give it all away. I do not hold on to any energy. It needs to move as fast as it possibly can. I don't want to hold on to myself. Let myself go, which is let it flow. It means the energy naturally knows what to do with the energy that it is, which is what love is, which is a creative engine playing music that is in perfect balance, rhythm and harmony. The beat of the drum, your heartbeat, the home of the human heart, the energy of the heart. It's centered. It's precisely centered. The center point of a compass, the first magnet, is equal sharing, which is equal balance. It's experienced no mass. And that's why it's the most powerful magic. And they spend a lot of time in textbooks and crossword puzzles trying to figure out how simple it is. So you already know what a fall is. It's a fallen power. So we know what stealing power is. That's a fallen system. That's how you know a fallen system. So we're not fallen. We're not fallen. And that's called rising power. Raising the power. The quotient. The creative quotient. The creative power of the cosmos. The cosmic mind of creation. And that's what love is. You're on fire to create. And that's why I'm like the inner child of light that I never grew up. I'm still that child that I was when I was 4 years of age, on fire to learn, on fire to create. And so you naturally want to go into nature because that's where the most aliveness is, which are living trees and everything that is in a forest or in an ocean, everything that is alive. Being around a lot of aliveness and being and giving all your energy where to experience all the aliveness in them that you experience in you, the energy that you are, the unici, the point of all union. And so that's why I share that with Chris, because a good friend of mine named Chris is dealing with PTSD issues. And I know how the struggle with that. I'm very familiar with that. I went through Alcoholics Anonymous. I've been in thousands of rooms with people whose spirit has been beat down. You know, in other words, it's self-suicide. And I know because I was there. I've been there. I've experienced doing that myself. And what it took to come out of that spell and remember who I am and how long it took me to do that. And it took me roughly about 9 years, the number 9 cycles. Just it's always a recalibration. You know, you're recalibrating all the time back to zero, which is balance. Because you already know why you're here, which is you're a tuner, a natural tuner. You're tuning the universe with God source, so it's naturally just you're naturally wanting to be in a state of equilibrium. You know, where everything's just fine. Hey, be cool. Everything's just fine. I'm here. I'm a guardian. I guard all life, and I do that with what love is. So love is the most powerful energy to protect all creation, because that's what love is. Love is healing. Love is protection. So if you find somebody that's experiencing pure, eternal, absolute love, that would be a great being, spiritual being to hang out with, because you're not only going to be learning through pure, eternal, absolute love, but you're going to learn how to self-heal yourself. Because I'll show you how to do it. I know how to do it. I had to do it. I did it. And the more creative you are that you're showing the love within you, you're sharing that love with others in a creative way. So now you're a free, creative, spiritual expression of love to all life. And all that life is experiencing what you are, which is what love is. So everything that you're creating is a reflection of what you are on the inside, which is what love is, which is eternity, which is eternal, absolute, pure love for all life. So everything that I see is everything that I am. There isn't any difference. So if you're not experiencing what I am, now you are. Now you know I am. First rays of light. The rainbows, the inner crystal rainbows. The echoes of rain. Let the water flow. Just let it flow. Go with the flow. The natural flow. There is a natural flow. Right? It's like, no, I want to hold on to this. That's mine. I want that. I want that. Just let it go. Leashes, collars, and cages. And so you can imagine, I've shared all my stories when I was a child, taken to the San Diego Zoo. Oh man, they're in cages like we are. No, I'm not in that cage. So you already know what a maze is, like a trap. Consciousness traps, falling in holes. Stay out of the holes. Be right there at the core. You don't have to leave home. It doesn't matter what else is going on out there. I'm always at home. Experiencers. What I experience is what I am, which is what love is. So it's natural to give all that love away. I've actually contracted myself out as free energy to be an energy provider at a woman's house. And so when you're doing that with all life, it's natural to do that, because at some point they're going to get it. They're going to begin to experience the power of change in their life, being in the presence of that energy, and how long it takes for that process of regeneration, which is bioregeneration, to take place in that being, which is the restoration of their spirit, which is their power, their spiritual power, their energetic power. So you're bringing a spirit back to life, because spirit is in the energy. What does it feel like to feel their energy? Their power is low. Well, their spirit is not on fire. We got a lot of fire. That's where Light My Fire comes from. Light my fire. Do you know how to light my fire? Do you know how to light your own fire? I wrote a book once, living out in the forest as a forest ranger, running that program. In those programs, with the U.S. Forest Service programs, and wrote a book called The Art of Building a Campfire. I know how to build a campfire. It'll burn really hot. And let everything else in that forest know somebody loved to burn a hot fire. That fire burned all night. Yep, exactly. So they all know who you are out there. Fire came in here. Lighting bonfires on beaches, letting the stars know you're on fire. So I had pictures of all the native tribes doing that. Whether you live on beaches, whether you live in mountains or forests or deserts. Let everyone know above you that you're on fire. See, like where I'm at in this place, you're not allowed to have a campfire out here. You're going, what? That's a signal. Okay, that's a prison compound. So we walk into prison compounds, the prison complex, the maze. Is trapped in a maze. Can't figure out how to get out of that mathematically. Be calm. Your heat will rise. Your electric power will rise. Be calm. Everything's going to be just fine. And when you're learning to begin to love who you are by exercising the creative part of who you are, you're changing your own reality. And so are you expecting a result? You get a positive result. Love is positive energy. So you're doing positive things in your life that you know that are right for you, for who you are, not for anybody else, who you are. You're restoring your energy. That's what I help people do. That's what I was trying to do with Misha. But that was like, you know what a juggler is? Okay, you know how it is to juggle energy, and you're going insane trying to juggle your energy because your mind is not balanced because of all the trauma that that being has been through. Ah, yeah, ah, yeah, ah, yeah. So when they're around somebody who has restored themselves and has 100% sensing capacity on the full spectrum, because they're a God source being, their mind exists within the God source world. Then it's not going to take long because they experience it immediately. And that was the greatest honor to experience Misha being together and experiencing that in her, what I was experiencing in me. So that is not red tag in my book, in my life book. Now she's experiencing what I am. She's experiencing I am. And she acknowledged that. And that is a beautiful sign because that means she's healing. And she was. But she's held captive by the same thing, which is that machinery, which is the money machine. And that's holding her minds captive to something that doesn't exist without your own electrical power. And what that means is that it's harvesting energy. So that means you got to heal yourself and bring yourself back to life. And now your power is going to rise. So it's all about what you do with you, what you are in energy. And if you're experiencing low power, then you need to get it up. And that simple energy mechanics is learning to love yourself. I know how difficult that is. I've been in those rooms with all those people that have that difficulty. Surrounded by people who are completely, their energy is completely sapped. And now that's self-suicide. Either through drugs or alcohol or self-destructive behavior as a result of that much trauma. It's restoring your life force. I can bring that energy in because I'm restored, and that's restoring others. So now it becomes a speed function. How long does it take? Now I'm experiencing all that life that's being brought back to my. Now they're all experiencing what I am. And that's what oneness is. We're all experiencing being loved. So we're all equally sharing what we all are, which is what love is. So we are all divine born spirits, born out of the first Son that loves us all equally, which is equally sharing power, which is balance. And now we're all experiencing God source energy, which is what love is, and that's what the law is. So now we have restored the law of the cosmos, the first law of music, which is do no harm, the love of music, because now you're experiencing balanced energy. Now you're experiencing what love is. And that's what the law is. So it doesn't take long to know one from the other when you know the one, the first one. Kundare's, the first rainbow. I am a rainbow sphere. I bring a rainbow sphere in wherever I am. The inner crystal rainbows. And so that's where that prophecy talked about being reunited. Yeah, being reunited. That's called restoration. Restore. And that's what healing is. I'm a primary healer. Like Primary Waters, that website that was, what was the name of that, Mama? StopTheCrime.net. That lady that lives up in Santa Rosa County. I think she was in real estate for some time of her life. God bless your heart and soul and the essence of your spirit. young lady, the spirit that you are, she's a brave one, a brave heart. You're not afraid to speak up. You're not afraid to voice, to freely express who you are when you acknowledge this isn't right. This isn't right. And that's called Minority Report. Now you're reporting on acknowledging what your soul acknowledges. Something's wrong with this picture. This isn't right. So it doesn't take long to know it isn't right. So you know you're on a battlefield. And that's an energetic battlefield. So it's about maintaining your energetic identity. That is critical. The energy that I am is the energy that I am. And that energy cannot be wiped. And that is an eternal blessing. Because that's God's seed forgiveness, which is God's seed love, which is love for all life. So if you fell, then God is going to restore you. That's why we never lose anything that it doesn't always start with and keeps going on forever, which is the energy of love. So when you're experiencing love in you, then I'm experiencing the love in you. When you're experiencing love in me, you're experiencing love in me. And that's oneness with the core that loves us all equally. Now we're all experiencing being equally loved. And that's cosmic law. That's what we're restoring, cosmic law. To end all Star Wars, end all wars, forever and always. And that's what love is. That's the first law of the first sun. And that's honoring the first sun, first sunlight, first light of all creation. The grand creator design, high precision timing. Yep, a voltmeter. Managing your energy on an energetic battlefield. That's what it is. And maintaining your identity, your original identity. I'm a divine born star. All stars are born out of the first star. I know the first sun. And that is an eternal gift. And we bring that eternal gift and blessing to all life. So they never forget their memory. They never forget their memory. They never forget the first son, the eternal son that loves us all equally. Now we're all being loved. That's what the law is. That's called waking up to the truth, which is the absolute truth. So they can't lie to us. They know that. We're here to heal them. Okay? Because that's what the law is, that's what the love is. So I have just as much responsibility as healing you as I do myself, which is to bring balance to the universe, to the energy structure of crystal structures, is to bring balance. The energy is balanced and is calm and feeling relaxed. Whoa, I love this energy. Somebody knows how to tune the guitar, the goo. That's what it is tuning waves, tuning your radio set, your crystal clear radio set, clearing your lung field. The living, breathing organism. When I did a full fossil ignition, I acknowledged I just had the orgasm of the universe. Now I know how it all began. When they talk about the Big Bang, wow, I experienced the Big Bang. I just returned home. That's all it is. I just recalibrated everything back to zero, bring all the clocks back to zero. Now I'm back to zero. Okay, what do you want to experience next? I'm still here. Okay, so my heart is still working. I'll be here for the duration. I never left home. I never leave home. I don't have to go anywhere. And that is an eternal blessing when you just give it all away. I'm here, but then I'm not here. Where are you going to go? Wherever love is, I am. So I have always kept it very simple because that's as simple as simple does. Love is what love does. Love is on fire. And that is protection. Fire is your protection because now you're on fire being what you are. You're on fire. Fire to learn, fire to create. So spirits love to learn through other spirits. When those spirits are on fire, we're all on fire. Born of fire and water. The living eternal waters. Let it flow. So you all have a good time wherever you happen to be. My heart is always with you all forever. I'm giving everything that I am away to you so that you experience what I am, which is what love is. So now you're experiencing the law. And that's cosmic law. I am cosmic law. I am cosmic love because I play cosmic music. So I know how to play music. I play a drum. And my spirit dances to the beat of that flame, the flame that I am, the fire that is within me, and that is healing within yourself. And so it's doing deep solar inner heart work on you. That's why when I was in step 4, Alcoholics Anonymous, you do an inventory of your life, your memories, of the battle that you've been through, and you're seeking to restore yourself. That is what a step 4 is. And that big one is forgiveness, self-forgiveness. Self-forgiveness is self-loving. And you just release an enormous amount of baggage when you've done that to heal yourself. So you're learning how to heal yourself again through that process. Alcoholics Anonymous is a process of restoring your energy because you're in a room full of people whose energy has been sapped. So now you're like a patient. We're all in patience in a spiritual healing environment. We're trying to heal ourselves. So there's healing in that room because you hear the stories of those that have been there that recovered and how they did it. So you can do it. And I know that because I did it. And so it is 1 minute at a time. When they talk about 1 second at a time, 1 minute at a time, even if it's at 3/10 of a nanosecond at a time, you just do not drink. No matter what. Which means you have to want this for yourself, for your own self-restoration, for your own self-healing, because you're learning how to heal yourself again. Because it's an inside job. That's the inner heart. That's the inner soul of all creation. To restore your heart connection, your heart and soul connection, the essence of your spirit with God Source Eternal again. You know where home is. So now you want to go home. And that's what spirits naturally want to do, is always be at home. So we go out and explore the all creation, but we all have a home in spirit. And we know the first spirit is eternal spirit of fire, which is what heals us all, because that's pure, eternal, absolute love that's on fire to love you by giving all your power away, which is what love is. So now all life is experiencing what you are, which is what love is. That's restoration. That's inner restoration. That's what step 12 is. Now you're in love and service to others, to those who still suffer. You have fully restored yourself. And the process that you go through is a personal process. It's an inner process of inner healing and remembering who you are as a divine born unit of energy, as a divine born spirit. Now you're experiencing cosmic law. That's what you have restored. Within you is the law. The law of forgiveness is the law of forgetting and remembering who you are. Love is the absence of fear. So fear is a lie. That's your first clue. It lives in fear of freely expressing what it is. So now I know what you are. It doesn't do that. It pretends to be something that it's not. And you already know. You don't need to tell me. I already know. Okay? And it's not funny. That's why when I was a child, I'm experiencing what you're experiencing, but you're not experiencing what I am, which is what the law is. Okay, so now restoring me is restoring you. Now you and I are both experiencing the one, the source from which it all began, which is what love is. Love for all life. Now you're experiencing what love is. I'm experiencing what love is. So the speed at which it takes to restore our inner solar power and the essence of our spirit. So I know that when you exercise your creative mind and you're in love to yourself, you're healing yourself because you want to restore the energy that you are, and others that are around you will experience the restoration that we do. For me, it's always we, the all creation. Now I'm experiencing the self-healing that you're doing, that I'm doing, because I'm experiencing those that still need to be healed. So when more people, more spirits, units of energy that are aware of them, what they are in energy, are now experiencing higher energy. Wow, this feels better. And that is a change or a shift because now you're healing because you're experiencing higher energy. You're not experiencing being zapped anymore. So it's like opening the main pipe, the main window of bringing in energy, but you obviously have to be very careful about it, not to harm anyone. And because I will experience the changes in what it feels like being in this, the symptoms, the signs and symptoms, as changes are taking place. So when you're running full sensing capacity, boy, it doesn't take long. Whether it's a sniff, whether it's something I see, you know, all your senses, your sensing capacities with God source. And so the sensitivity levels are heightened, just off the charts, as they say. It's like every little tiny frequency that's possible to experience. Wow. And you're here, you know, you're a tuner, and it's like God's source's radio set. The radiation, what it feels like. The lung field, particularly the lung field, your breathing order, breathing as one. So we're breathing in balance. The center point of a compass, and breathing in balance. We're breathing in balance. We're breathing in balance. You know, just like right now, right below my right shoulder has been tight. See, anything that's going on the planet, I'm experiencing in me. Right. So how long is it going to take me to clear this? You know, so the energy, there is a flow to it where you're experiencing good. You're experiencing pure, eternal, absolute love wherever you are. Wow. That's right. So your mind's energy is what love is. And so we're all experiencing what love is. That's what I am. So I want to send you all my blessings. The blessing that I live in my own heart and my own soul, the essence of my sun temple, what I'm breathing, why I'm here. I am here because I am. I'm this I am. I am all right. I am what love is all right. I didn't forget. I did not forget what I am. Okay, I am what love is. I am a love energy being. I'm a spiritual being that is what love is. I love what I am because I love the being that I am, which is what love is. And so I'm in love with the energy that I am because I'm experiencing being loved for what I am, which is what love is. So love is a state of spiritual being. And so I share that with all life. So now they're experiencing what I am. Now they know me. Yeah, I'm not here to harm you. Hey, I'm here to bring love into you. You know, whether you're a bird or a tree, it doesn't make any difference to me. Everything that I see is everything that I am. The life force that flows through all of us. So it's restoring your life force. You're no longer lifeless. Wow. Yeah. Be good to yourself. That's why I say all the time, be good to yourself. Whenever I go on a bus, be good. I'll just go, hey, be good to yourself. Like good to yourselves. Give thanks to your inner selves, your inner soul, your inner self, yourselves, all yourselves. Light all yourselves on fire. Now they're experiencing what you are. Now they're experiencing fire in them. Light yourself on fire. Right? And so we know how to do that. And so is that something that's teachable? It's I just live in the truth. I just tell you what the truth is. And it's up to you. I have no idea how anybody's going to react to that. I don't seek to control what others react to. You're running your own nuclear reactor. I'm just telling you what the truth is because I share what I experience because that's what the truth is. I am what love is. So I'm sharing you the truth by what I've learned. So I'm both a learner and a teacher at the same time. I'm just sharing with you what I've learned. Now you're aware of what I'm aware of. Now you're aware of what love is. Okay? So I'll share with you all my stories of how I restored myself, my sanity, my energy. That's what I do. I tell you the truth. What do you want to know? I'll tell you anything you want to know that I experienced from what I learned, how to restore myself. And it starts with you, which is the inner you, the real you, the real universe. You got to know the real universe is what love is. Okay, so if they don't acknowledge that, oh, that's not a good sign. In the science of behavioral sciences and predictive programming and all that, that's not a good sign. But we can fix that. We can restore that. So now you're into receptors. Are they receptive to learning through spirit instead of machines? Okay. And if they're receptive, it means they have an antenna that's working. Your heart's working. That's a good sign. Your breathing order. Breathing as one, in equal balance, is equal sharing, is equal distance. Breathing with the core. Breathing 999. Breathing Trinity, like the Trinity Alps, near the Klamath in the Russian wilderness, like up there in Carter Summit. I've had some beautiful energy stories up there, like one day when I was camped out up there and there wasn't anybody else around, except for those hornets. Those hornets come after you, okay? They had me inside my Toyota truck at the time. There must have been 6 of them that were all on my windows, like pest control. Oh man, pest control. They're like buzz bombs, and they will go after you to hurt you. They're loud. The same night when that was happening, everything, all the colors changed around me, like I'm in the middle of a rainbow, and I could just feel the amount of electricity in the air. Wow, my reality just changed on a big level. Hey, this is cool. This is like another dreamland. And naturally, Mount Shasta is not that far away. If you all know where Carter Summit is, that's a beautiful place to hang out. I met one of the biggest pine trees in California in a place called Trail Creek. And I met some folks who lived in Paradise. Remember Paradise? I met some folks from Paradise. They invited me to dinner one night when I was camped out all by myself. But I'm never by myself. But I love to hang out with the bears. You know, everything that's alive out there. I have an attraction with bears. Teddy bears. Okay? And they call that place the Trinity Alps. But the Carter Summit up there, when you look out, you can see on a nice clear day, you get up in the Marble Mountains. And now you can see, depending on where you are, you can see all the sisters that look out to the Pacific Ocean where all the redwoods are. And if you look off to the left, you might see Mount Shasta. I love to go up to Mount Ashland, which is 7,000 feet. Now you can look across from Mount Shasta to the left and see the whole mountain range known as the Klamath Knot, because of the way that all the uplift of the land, the radio waves, you know, the programs that are running. Wow, what a beautiful landscape. And so there are some really great places to go, like Indian Scotty Campground, and then take a trail from Indian Scotty up to a place called Lover's Camp and hike that trail for about 9 miles. And that's a pretty rugged hike. I took it by myself, and I made an error. When I got to the top, boy, I'm looking all the way across the Shasta area, and then all of the Marble Mountain wilderness, and now I'm walking back. And as I got about 2 or 3, I was so depleted of salt that my legs stopped working. Okay, regroup, and then walk back home, get back to my tent. You know, I'm an old ranger. You know, nature is where I live in the trees. You know, protecting all life that is out there, or all the aliveness that is out there in the trees, all the life that is there. That's why I love spring. Pollinators, all the birds and the bees all come out. You know, the renewal, a real new year. You know, hey, life is coming back. Yeah, hey. You know, but we're year round. You know, we bring the light in. Wherever there's darkness, we bring the light in. So the light is always on within us, the light within you. The light, there's always some light there. So light that light on fire and bring more light back in, real light. Now they're experiencing being loved again. Now they're healing, naturally healing through spirit. The spirit and the energy of love is what heals us all equally, which is equally sharing what I am, which is what love is that I do with all of you. So I am forever and always in love with what I am. So I'm always and forever in love and service to you. So I'm a slave, a real one. A real one. I'm a real one. I'm a real slave. I gave all my power away. It's all yours. Well, you really come. Well, yeah, of course. And that's free energy, which is eternal energy, which is what love is, which is the love to give all your energy away. Now you're not experiencing being energy. Now you are. Now you're on fire to create. So where love is creating, what love creates, your mind is. Now you're with the cosmic mind of creation. And the first engine is what love is. And that's an eternal engine of creation. Now you're with the grand creator. That's who I serve. That's the one I am. The crystal spiral, the crystal core, the one I'm breathing. I'm breathing with the crystal core. So you all have a beautiful wherever you are. Experience what I am, which is what love is. Mueva aya. Aimanu aya.